Hi, you're welcome to Success Tips. In this video today, we will be looking at why most of the people you have helped in the past decided to turn their back at you, and then towards the end of the video, we will look at how you can change that narrative. I have heard people say things like, if not because of me, he could have lost that job. If not because I coached him or her, he could have been withdrawn from school. I connected him with that CEO, that's why he got that promotion. And of course, that is a very good thing, okay? When you hear things like that, they are a good thing, okay? And it is always good for you to keep helping people and then being the reason why people get the best things out of their own life. But then the problem starts when you start hearing things like, that man or that woman is not supposed to forget all the good things I've done. Mr. A, after all the things I've been doing to him, he have all of a sudden decided to be ignoring my calls. After all the help I've rendered to James, he have decided to be ignoring my chat and my calls. That woman is an ingrate. After all the help I've rendered to her, to have even been the reason of her moving to the US, but after then she have decided to ignore anyone that even looks like me. And many other comments or situations that you will come across in life. You must have heard about some things in that nature, or in the worst case scenario, you must have even been the one that is passing through this kind of a situation. And if you have faced this kind of a situation before and you keep wondering why such things are happening, I want you to stay calm and then watch me unbox a new knowledge to you on this video. And believe me, if you can stay attentive to all the knowledge you're going to be getting on this video, then you will be that one person that no one can ever ignore in this life. First of all, let us start by understanding the nature of human attraction. Humans are naturally attracted to people who can solve their problems, ease their pain, soften their feelings, and etc. It should not be a thing of surprise to you when someone whom you do not know is trying to associate with you, for one reason or the other. That is because there's definitely something about you that can solve part of their own problem. If people stick to you at a point when you are in a position to solve their own problem, it should not be a thing of surprise to you because that is a human nature. Now, this takes us to the next part of this video. We are going to be looking at why then do people get to distance themselves from you as an individual after being part of the most important people of their own life, maybe in the past, or maybe after solving an important problem in their own lives. But before we delve down into that, I will want you to know that when people distance themselves from you, that doesn't automatically make them bad people. No, it's important you have that at the back of your mind lest you go and start tagging all the people that are around you as bad people. There are several reasons why people create a distance between them and some certain people. As time continues going on, we all move to a different realms of our own lives where time becomes one of the most limited resources at our own disposal. Many a times people go into some certain realms of their life where it makes it very difficult for them to return their missed calls, to respond to all their chats, to pick all their calls, to associate with people as they used to do before. Especially when those chats and calls are coming from people that are below their own realm of life. It will be so delusional for you, to expect people like Donald J. Trump, people like Apostle Selman, people like Chris Delvan, people like Steve Harvey and the likes, to keep on responding to your chats frequently, pick your calls, all the time, visit your house as frequent as they used to do before. Even if you used to be their own classmates, even if you used to be their own childhood friend, that will be so delusional of you, especially if you fail to rise, to their own realm of life. You and I know that that is never possible, and that doesn't automatically make them to be bad people. It's important you tell yourself the truth so you can remain at peace with your old friends. And then secondly, in addition to that, when you move to a different realm of your own life, there are different set of people that can be able to solve your current problem at that moment, okay? Not necessarily that the people that helped you in the past will still be the same people that are going to help you as an individual. What does that mean? It means if you used to have 4 hours, 6 hours of your free time in a day, it means you are going to allocate a portion of that time, into pursuing those people that can solve that your current problem at that time, and that reduce from that time that maybe was possibly going to be used for you to connect back to your old friends. Maybe it will reduce from the time that you maybe intended in your mind to return those calls that frequently comes to you, or maybe pick all those calls that come to you. Maybe the time that you maybe thought of allocating it to visiting your friends as you used to do before, part of that time will now be allocated into pursuing the people that can solve your current problems at the present time. And at that moment, that makes it even more difficult for you to be able to connect back to the people that you used to associate with in the past. And if you happen to be on the receiving end of such situation, you may be thinking of things like, okay, this person used to be, a person that always come to me for help. I used to render support to this person. I used to, be one of the people that go out and then help him when he's in need. But now, all of a sudden, this person doesn't come to my house as before. This person doesn't return all my calls as before. This person doesn't return my chat as fast as he used to do before. That will be the first thing that will start coming to your own mind. But in his own end, the next thing that have happened to him is he doesn't even have time to be able to, meet up with all the things that he used to do before, because he now have new priorities. I want to guarantee you one thing, okay? If there is a person that used to be in your own life, even if you used to render help to that person, even if that person used to come to you frequently, even if that person used to call you most of the times, if it happened to be that that person have moved to a new realm of his own life, and then you happen to be a person that did not move to that new realm to be able to solve some of the problems that he have in that his new realm, then be rest assured that you are going to have even wider distance between you and that person. There's no two ways about it, and that is natural. It is crucial to know that we all are battling with our own individual challenges. We all have our own individual goals. We all have our own set targets in life. While you are trying to pursue your own targets, one of the most important things to you is to get closer to people that can be able to help you to go closer to that your goal. You will always want to associate with people that can draw you closer to that your dreams, and with that, it will be very difficult for you to now go back to people that has nothing to do with that your dream at that time. And the best thing we can be able to do to people as previous helpers in this situation is to just understand with them, and then also acknowledge the fact that this life has some certain realms that makes it very difficult for people to turn back and become as connected as they used to do before. And with that, you can be able to, be of even greater help by giving them peace where they are currently. There are people that we shared the same room in the university, we ate from the same plate, we cooked in the same pot. Some of them, we even grew up in the same neighborhood. We used to be close friends, but because they have changed realm, they hardly call me as frequent as before. They hardly chat me as frequent as before. And some of them, if I chat them, it takes maybe 2 weeks or even 3 weeks before they respond to my own chat. But because I have this understanding, I don't take it personal. I understand that we are on different realms with them, and then for me to be able to connect with them, or for me to be able to narrow down that distance that's between me and them, then there's certainly something that I am supposed to do, which I'm going to be explaining to us at the last part of this video. But it's important for you to know that when people have moved from one realm of their life to another, then you should understand with them that even if the distance between you and them have increased, it is a normal part of life. In as much as there's a distance between you and those people, that doesn't mean it is a bad relationship. No. You should try as much as possible to maintain that relationship such that you don't take actions and decisions that's going to end up ruining that relationship. Do you know why? Because that relationship is still going to be an important relationship in the future as long as you step up your game. Having understood that, then the next thing we will be discussing about is what you need to do when you are faced with such situation. What are your actions? What are the things you need to do? What are the decisions you need to take when face this kind of a situation? When you happen to be that one person that an old-time colleague decide to distance themselves from you, what are you supposed to do as an individual? When you are faced with such situations, all you need to do is to settle down and then focus on your current problems and then work on your own dreams. You should try to put together all your focus on your own priorities. You should put in all the required work into bringing your dreams into reality. You should settle down and continue to pursue excellence in your own career. I want you to know that all the people you thought were distant to you, will certainly get closer to you when you succeed. I have seen people who do not even used to regard me in the past. If I call them, they don't pick my calls, they don't even return my calls. If I say hi on any chat platform, they don't respond to me. But because I have kept on improving myself, now they are as close as possible to me, such that if I chat them, they return my chat. If I call them, they pick my calls, and even if they miss my calls, they try as much as possible to return my calls. Building yourself is as powerful as that when it comes to bringing people closer to you, especially people that have created distance from you. When people go far away from you, when people distance themselves from you, especially previous close friends, you know, and all-time acquaintances, you know, you shouldn't worsen the situation, you know, by making negative comments, by taking decisions and actions that will even ruin the whole relationship. No, all you need to do is to focus on building yourself and your dreams, and then you will watch them get closer to you more than ever before. As I wrap up this video, let me tell you a true life story. I know of two friends. One of them is James and then the other one is Musa. They were very close friends. Musa graduated before James, and then suddenly there was an opportunity in one of the federal institutions. With the help of James, through the influence of his uncle, you know, Musa obtained a job in that federal institution. Just a year into the job, Musa was no longer picking James' call, you know, he wasn't returning his chat anymore, you know, and if at all he will return the chats, it will take like 3 to 4 weeks before he now responds to a particular chat. He will keep missing calls from James, and he will not even make an attempt to return the missed calls. And given that the distance between them kept on becoming wider and wider, while all that was happening, you know, I got into conversation with James. He narrated to me everything that happened, and I gave him only one advice. I told him to focus more on making himself better instead of trying to narrow the distance between him and his friend Musa. And I told him that by so doing, he will watch his friend Musa get back closer to him more than ever before. Not long after that conversation, you know, James got a job with one of the UN agencies. Musa, his friend, was the first person to give him a call after seeing the post on Facebook. Can you see that? And ever since then, they chat more frequently, and his calls hardly become missed calls. And even if Musa meets his calls, he do return them as frequent as possible. Okay, so you can see the power of building yourself when it comes to managing such situation, and that have significantly reduced the distance between them. So in a nutshell, do not hold back from helping people in life simply because you are scared of them running away from you in the future. But then as you are helping people, you know, you should also be working on improving yourself. You should be working on building yourself such that when people rise to a higher realm, you will also be rising to a higher realm, such that there will be no much distance between you and your acquaintances. There will be no much distance between you and the people that matters more to you. And I tell you, that is the surest way of maintaining a narrow distance between you and your associates. I hope you have learned a lot on this video. If this was your first time on this YouTube channel, I will want you to click on the subscribe button below and turn on the notification bell. And if you are a returning viewer, I would love to say thank you. I will need one favor from you. Please share this video with just one person. Thank you, and see you guys in another video. Bye.